Hello, welcome back to my channel. Apple Music Replay and Spotify Wrapped came out this week, and so I thought it would be fun. I don't think I've done a video like this before, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of dive deep. I think one of my light bulbs is out. Whoops. Thought it'd be fun to kind of dive deep into my Apple Music Replay this year. Kind of give the breakdown of the stats and then talk about some things that shocked me, some things that didn't shock me. Yeah, just like a little wrap up for the year. December I love doing little wrap up reflective videos, and that's one of these. So first and foremost, I'm just going to give you, I use Apple Music, by the way. I'm an avid pro Apple Music user. I have really never had Spotify. I think I have a Spotify account so I could access some like exclusive things that Taylor Swift has released before, but I don't pay for Spotify, so I have Apple Music. And just to preface, and their replay, like I used to be so jealous of Spotify users because Spotify Wrapped was so good back in the day, and it still is good, but Apple Music Replay really upped the ante in recent years, and it's just as good now, and I really appreciate that. Sorry, my light is gonna keep doing that. I need to buy a new light bulb. So for this year's total artists, I have 1,166 total artists. For songs, I have 3,055 total songs. And then albums, I have 118 total albums. And I listened to 44,086 total minutes of music this year, which is crazy because I think there's only like, let me see how many minutes there are in the year. How many minutes? Oh, 525,006. I'm stupid. 525,600 minutes. So that means I spent, I think I did the math correctly, 8% of my time this year listening to music, which is so slay. So those are my totals, and now we're gonna break down, we're gonna go into each category and do top artist, top song, and top album. I have a lot of other stats too, but like there's just too much to get into. So we're just gonna do artist, song, and albums. So my top artist, literally pretend to be shocked, for the past like, well, I don't even know how many years Apple Music Replay has been happening, but since the start age of Apple Music Replay, my top artist has been and always will be Taylor Swift by a large margin. I listened to 7,433 minutes of Taylor Swift this year, which means that I spent 7,443 divided by 525,600 minutes, which means that I spent 1.4% of my time listening to Taylor Swift, which slay. So she was my top artist, and then the difference between the #1 spot and the #2 spot for minutes is crazy because my second spot was 1,389 minutes, and this year the second spot every year is always a toss-up. Last year I think it was Noah Kahan. This year it's my girl Sabrina Carpenter, and of course a lot of these, I mean not Taylor Swift's, but a lot of these depend on who's releasing music at the time, or like who I'm seeing in concert, that kind of thing. Obviously Sabrina released an album this year, so she is my second artist. Third artist was 1,341 minutes, and that was Miss Olivia Rodrigo, of course. My fourth artist was Noah Kahan. He moved on to fourth this year, and he was 1,188 minutes. And then my fifth top artist was Niall Horan, because I saw him in concert this year, and he was 1,181 minutes. So those are my top 5, and now I love that they give you a 1 through 15 because I'm always so curious. So the rest of them are: number 6, Gracie Abrams. Number 7, One Direction. Then number 8 is Mr. Peter McPoland. He was pretty high. He's always been pretty high since I found him, discovered his music, but he's a little bit lower this year, and I think it's just because he hasn't, like last year he had a new album. So was that last year? It was last year, right? Yeah, that was definitely last year because I saw him in November last year. So yeah, he's been releasing singles here and there. Number 9, we have Ed Sheeran, which I also think is really funny because I just never also purposely shuffle Ed Sheeran. It's not that I don't like his music. I think I have almost all of his songs on my phone, but he's just always on my top 15, and I love it. Then number 10, this hurt, Harry Styles. He barely made it into my top 10 artists. Number 11, surprisingly, is Casey Musgraves. One of my top genres this year was country, and I was like, I don't listen to country. But I realized it's because I listen to a lot of Casey Musgraves. And so because I listen to similar genres like alternative and pop for pretty much everything else, it was just skewed, so yeah. Number 12 was Joshua Bassett. Number 13 was Conan Gray. Number 14, surprisingly, was Maggie Rogers, which I was so happy about because I do feel like I listen to a lot of Maggie Rogers, and so I'm happy that she made it on there. And number 15 was Wallows. So there's my top 15 artists. And if I was gonna do the top artist by month, but honestly, let me show you this. This is humbling. Actually, it really isn't humbling. It's kind of the light of my life. Top artist by month. January through November, and if you can't see that, that is Miss Taylor Swift. All right, so that is artists for Apple Music Replay. Now we're gonna do songs. So like I said, I had 3,055 total songs that I listened to. I don't know if that's songs I listened to or songs that I have on my phone. Anyway, 3,055 total songs. My number one song of the year was, which I mean was no shock, as Bedcam with 41 plays. Literally no one is shocked. Actually, I guess some people are shocked because I had some people reach out to me and they were like, how was your number one not a Taylor song? Like, you must have listened to Bedcam so much for it to beat out a Taylor song. But the thing is Taylor is not usually my top song. Like, she wasn't my top song last year. Last year it was Where Do We Go Now by Gracie Abrams. Yeah, and then I don't know what I think the year before was a Peter McPoland or Noah Kahan song. One of them was number one and one of them was number two on my top songs. And I think it's because Taylor just has so many songs that, yes, I hyperfixate on them, but I hyperfixate on multiple at a time, where like with other artists I will like listen, if they release an album for example, that's the only album I'll listen to for like a month and I'll hyperfixate on specific songs. But with Taylor, I'm just listening to her so much and she has so much in her discography that like one of her songs never ends up being number one. I was not shocked that Sabrina Bedcam made it in there. Some of the other ones were a little shocking, but we'll get into that. Number 2 is Love Is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo, which no surprise there. Number 3 was Guilty as Sin, which I was like, okay, like slay. I love that song. It came on in the car on the way home from work today. And yeah, that's my number 3. Number 4, this one was shocking because I feel like I did not listen to this song as much as Apple Music is telling me that I did. Not that I don't like it, but it was not my second, I don't think it's my second favorite on Short and Sweet, but according to this it is, and that is Sharpest Tool by Sabrina Carpenter. Number 5, let me show you, which I was honestly not shocked because I freaking love this song. Give her her due diligence. Look at that. Bring back 1989 Taylor's version for real. Number 6 is I'm Gonna Get You Back by Taylor Swift. Number 7 is Taste by Sabrina Carpenter. Number 8 is LOML by Taylor Swift. Number 9, which was so weird, is the Torture Poets Department, the song. I feel like I have not listened to that song a lot, but maybe I have. Number 9. Number 10 was Juno. Like, I cannot believe the Torture Poets Department beat out Juno, and I also cannot believe that Sharpest Tool beat out Juno. Anyway, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, slay. Number 11. Number 12 is Good Graces by Sabrina Carpenter. Number 13 is Dumb and Poetic by Sabrina Carpenter. Number 14 is You're Just a Guy by Avery Lynch. If you haven't heard this song, let me put you on it. It's so good. And I'm not shocked that it's in my top 15. And 15 is Please 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 Herself by Sabrina Carpenter. Oh yeah, it was a lot of Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter really filling her up. Guys, when Short and Sweet came out, that's all I listened to, I literally think, for a month. Like, I did not listen to anything else. It's just such an easy listen. So, I do want to do top songs by month since they're different. If they're Taylor Swift, I'm just going to put it up here. This was January. February was Texas Hold'em by Beyoncé, because, obviously, legendary song, legendary album. March was Come Around by Peter McPoland, which is also my favorite Peter McPoland song. This was April. This was May. This was June. July was Ballad of a Homeschool Girl by Olivia Rodrigo. August was Bedcam by Sabrina Carpenter. September was Good Graces by Sabrina Carpenter. October was once again Bedcam by Sabrina Carpenter. And November was Holidays by Conan Gray, which I was like, slay. Okay, now we're into albums. So, my top album of the year was, of course, The Torture Poets Department, The Anthology. And I listened to that for 1,910 minutes. My second album of the year, obviously by other evidence, is Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. What? Crazy. Number 3 is Guts Spilled. Number 4 is Red Taylor's version, which I was so happy about because Red is my favorite album. And it's also just a really easy listen because it's so long that you can shuffle and not even get through the whole thing. Number 5, this was crazy. This was crazy. Wicked, the movie soundtrack. was in my top 5 albums of the year. That came out, what? Almost 2 weeks ago from the day I'm filming this video. I'll blame that on Dancing Through Life because it's a Slay song. I'm Not That Girl because it's a Slay song. And Wizard and I shuffle, shuffle, shuffle on repeat. Number 6 is Deeper Well by Casey Musgraves. Number 7 is The Show by Niall Horan. Number 8 is The Secret of Us. Number 9 is Reputation by Taylor Swift. Number 10 is Heartbreak Weather by Niall Horan. Number 11, this is how I know that at the beginning of this year I was still in college, because the Pride and Prejudice score was my 11th album, and I'm pretty sure it was on my replay last year too, because that is the ultimate score to play if you're doing homework. Number 12 is Kansas Anymore by Role Model. Number 13 was the original Broadway cast recording of Wicked, the musical. I don't think Wicked the musical has been on my Apple Music replay ever, and she made her way. She made her way thanks to these past few months. Number 14 is the regular edition of the Torture Poets Department, which I think is so funny. And number 15 is Messy by Olivia Dean. Shout out to my roommate for getting me into Olivia Dean. Then my top albums by month. January was the Pride and Prejudice score. I must have been really in the midst of some sort of studying. February was Reputation. March was Deeper Well. Then we have April, we have May, we have June. July was Guts Spilled. August was Short and Sweet. September, October, November was Wicked the movie. Iconic. So that is my Apple Music replay. Very fun. They're very fun. There were some things that I went over, obviously, that I was shocked were on my replay. I think it's so funny how the numbers work out. I think I want to go inside the process of Apple Music replay. I think it's really cool. And I'm such an archive little girly that I just love having things documented, so I love that they do this. But there were some things that I was shocked weren't there as well. For example, I've talked about this in one of my other videos, I think my Playlist of My Life video, the song Beyond by Leon Bridges. I listen to that at least once every other day. Shocked that it did not appear anywhere on my Apple Music replay, because I love that song. That song will be at my wedding at some point in my life. I adore that song, and I cannot believe that it didn't make its way. Similarly, I cannot believe that Love You for a Long Time by Maggie Rogers didn't make its way, because I also adore that song. Not as much as Beyond by Leon Bridges, but like it's right under, and I cannot believe that it didn't make it on there. I was very shocked by that. I'm also really shocked that no Chappell Roan. I don't think there was one Chappell Roan mention on my whole replay, which is crazy because I saw her in concert this year and I love Coffee by Chappell Roan. And I cannot believe that that didn't make it on there. There was no Yellow by Coldplay, which I feel like I listen to all the time. And I also cannot believe that there was nothing from Emails I Can't Send, because I feel like I listened to that album so much leading up. Like, I listened to all of Sabrina's albums, just like on shuffle for a while leading up to her concert, but I cannot believe that nothing from Emails I Can't Send made it on there. Yeah, but that is my Apple Music replay. And I would love to hear yours, so comment down below what your top artist was. Yeah, I wish I could say my Apple Music replay was original, but my Apple Music replay doesn't usually change much except for like the order of 2 through 5. And yeah, I mean, I have, and it's just so interesting because I have like 1,000 something artists on my phone, so I feel like I listen to a lot of music, but I don't have a lot of albums on my phone, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like a lot of it is like 1 or 2 songs by an artist, and so I just don't listen to a lot of artists in full, which is so odd because I have so much music on my phone that I love. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.